We are now going to look at the real life principles of logotherapy, and as we try to illustrate it in the lives of Freddie and Frankl. Frankl said, freedom is not something we have and therefore can lose. Freedom is something we are. That's an incredible statement. To actually believe that Freddie, and as Freddie came to believe, that he could break out of his prison cell. He was the one, after all, that fell into his indulgent lifestyle, but he was the one that got out of it. We are free to be what we are supposed to be as human beings. And we have these peak moments in life that, we really break through to an understanding of, wow, life is beautiful. And I can experience it. I'm part of it. And that we lose our sense of being imprisoned and held down. Something that was so typical of Freddie was his use of the microphone. He ripped it up out of its base, out of the things that held it down. And, it's like he ripped it into freedom and made it express exactly what he wanted it to express. This wonderful freedom that we are. And like Frankl said, we're not meant to be victims. In fact, we are meant to turn every adverse situation into a spiritual triumph. And we will still look at the meaning of suffering, how it challenges us to get up out of the dust. But coming back to the Live Aid concert, it was the greatest performance in rock music history. It was a moment of supreme victory. As he told his band, we are going to break a hole through the sky. He was going to take everyone with him into this freedom of being able to be what they are meant to be, great in human stature, each unique and wonderful and irreplaceable. And this is what he said, to his audience that he sang. So don't become some background noise, a backdrop for girls and boys who just don't know or just don't care and just complain when you're not there. You've had your time. You had the power. You've yet to have your finest hour. And the song, Hammer to Fall, here we stand and here we fall. And it was almost Freddie's stand in the face of death that he gave this triumphant cry of life going on beyond death. He said, oh, every night and every day, a little piece of you is falling away. But face your life the Western way, with the sun shining on you. Build your muscles as your body decays. For we who grew up tall and proud in the shadow of the mushroom cloud, nuclear warfare, convinced our voice, and when we were thought that our voices can't be heard, we just screamed it louder and louder. Another most beautiful song that actually describes this breaking through to the heavenlies and taking everyone he inspires to that place of freedom is actually composed by another one of the members of Queen and entitled Who Wants to Live Forever. And just look at the pathos of being an outcast and condemned by society or overlooked or neglected. It's really a cry about things as they ought not to be. He says, there's no time for us. There's no place for us. What is this thing that builds our dreams, yet slips away from us? That peak moment of life is beautiful and I'm part of it. Who wants to live forever? There's no chance for us. It's all decided for us. The world is only one sweet moment set aside for us. Who wants to live forever? But touch my tears with your lips. Touch my world with your fingertips, and we can have forever. Who wants to live? Who wants to wait forever? Anyway, love can break through the boundaries of feeling discarded and being neglected and not seen by life for who you really are by the outside world. And Frankl said that this is who we are. We are open vessels. We are open to our worlds, and we are most fully ourselves when we're not absorbed, self-absorbed with feelings of anxiety and insecurity, and where the world seems a frightening place, but where we open to learn, open to grow, open to gain in human stature as we see how precious life is and how precious we are in terms of our ability to change the world into what it ought to be in the way we behave with one another. And that's the capacity of self-transcendence. We can transcend our difficult situations as Freddie and Frankl did. Transcended it and could look at it from a distance and gain perspective and say, well, what have we got to do with that? Those destructive ways of living and relating to each other. This is what life should be like. And this is what I want to be like. Like Frankl said, man's freedom is a freedom from captivity and a freedom to responsibility, to respond to life as it comes to us and embrace it in a way that makes us, our lives, as everlasting as life itself. It was wonderful that love and friendship won the day in Freddie's life. And you know, that peak moment he described in a song, Don't Stop Me Now. Don't stop me now. I'm burning through the sky, 200 degrees. That's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. I'm traveling at the speed of light. I want to make a supersonic man and woman of you. Don't stop me now. I'm having such a great time. I'm having a ball. Don't stop me now. We're not to stop short with our own lives.